Hi everyone, welcome back to Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. Actually took quite a bit of a break before returning back to this. Sam has to love it. Well, I can't actually voice act the lines anymore because they're already voice acted. But I think we've already read this, right?
You are near the wreckage. If you can use the satellite uplink on the ship, you may be able to prepare to receive the ship's coordinates.
Maybe not. Sorry for skipping some stuff then. Anyway, we're supposed to go... yeah, right over here. So basically, occasionally the AI or AU is gonna talk to us, and by occasionally I mean all the freaking time, and that's a little boring, and some people don't like that, but you know, it is what it is. It's not that bad. No need to blow a gasket over having to talk to someone, because the reality is that the structure of Metroid Prime 3 sort of demands that we actually be able to talk to someone in the Federation, because we're contracted by them to do this. We're constantly in contact with them. If they didn't have contact with us, it would be weird. Kind of like Metroid Prime 2. Oh. Also, I'm doing a lot of scanning right now, but I probably shouldn't because I'm not even reading the stuff. But you know, the stuff is blue and I want it to be green. Been a while since I played Prime 3, so if I forget any stuff, then, well, it won't matter because I'll be able to see where all the power-ups are in the future. Also, we get phase-on units as health pickups in this game. That's quite different, huh? And it makes sense, don't worry. It totally makes sense. Why is this creature encased in solid ice? Also, the bioform is still alive. Jump here. And another one that's encased in ice. And this entire bridge has been encased in ice. It's been made to gain entry to the temple. So, there's a lot of foreshadowing that's happening right now. Also, this is a Gragnol. Lack of exoskeleton makes it agile, but weak to most weapons. So anything works. Also, I think you can grapple it. Sometimes, maybe. A creature like this, anyway. Hopper nest. Ew. We'll fight hoppers in the future. They're really annoying. So some stuff here I have to scan it to get 100% scans. Some other stuff I don't have to. Anyway, oh, fatal spinal fractures from impacting the wall. So whoever's freezing these creatures, they don't care whether or not they're actually still alive or just frozen solid. Cool. Now we can go back through here when we want. That's good, because otherwise we'd be stuck down here. Yeah, I had to scan this because it's a large Bryyo container, and these are small Bryyo containers. Oh, this spot where we can actually sequence break if we're good enough with jumping. Because if you look right above me, you can see that there's a bomb slot. There's also a bomb slot over here. And this is where... this is the door that would open if I were to activate those two bomb slots right now. We can go here. And we're supposed to go here, but you know, sequence break can happen over there or something. That thing there doesn't look very stable. Just saying. Also, that's definitely a grapple point, but for some reason we can't do anything with it. Oh, but right, because we don't have the grapple. I forgot about that. Oh no. Well, it looked like this thing was about to fall, but it didn't quite fall. Now it did. Whoops. I didn't mean to. Yeah, if we want to get into the green one, we have to be all the way up there. Which we will be. You know, soon. So that right there is fuel gel, that lead liquid. Very flammable. If you actually shoot a charge shot at it, there will be a small explosion. These creatures, they're just there to harass you, I suppose. Phase on Night Barb. So, if they're together and they do something like this, they create a powerful attack, but if you then just casually charge shot in their center, they die. Yep. Okay, so you can bomb the bomb slots right away the first time you enter this area. I was under the impression that was not the case, but I'm pretty sure there's at least one thing we can't do over here. You know, the first time we get to this place. It's like grapple to a location, I suppose, or something like that. Anyway, yeah, I'm back where I started. You all want to harass me? Die. Die. Cool. Now, what about you things? Gel puffers. Okay, that's cute. They're basically puffers. I think we all know what these types of creatures are supposed to be. Ah, right over there. That's where we can't go. Look at solid ice. We need high temperature shots to be able to melt it. And we don't have that right now. Yeah, we're supposed to go over here, but... we can try to check out what's over there. But you know what? I know there's a power up over here, so we're gonna go here first. These things are in the way. Yeah, I have to scan it first if you want to be able to move it around. This is not me doing that by myself, by the way. I'm pretty sure it's set up to always go that far every time you grapple it. So over here should be an energy tank, which is very important in this game. Those are shriek bats. And unfortunately I wasn't able to scan them. No energy tank? No, I'm actually going the right direction. Also these things. Phase-on vines are impervious to attack, but growths are vulnerable to phase-on attacks like this. Yeah, so if you want to be invincible, just activate Hypermode and don't attack. Just let yourself be. Seriously, it's super overpowered. I'm not doing that right now because I don't have to. Here you can go this, and then over here. Destroy this thing. And go over here for missile expansion. Our first one. I have to be careful not to miss any scans too. What about this? Phase-on signatures present in this ice sculpture, which means that whoever is creating those things is corrupted by Phazon, or is a Phazon creature. Now, who could that be? I wonder who. Just to show the power of the Hypermode. No matter how many times this creature attacks me, it won't harm me. Also, I am in fact going the right direction. Okay, you know what? Let's backtrack. Okay, there's something over here. Let's check it out. Because really. More ice sculptures. Ah, yes, this. Okay, now I remember why I can't do anything here. And I wasn't able to scan the shriek bats once again. This is where the vessel we're supposed to go to is located. But we can't reach the place without an extra power-up. And we have to get the power-up from over, well, wherever we're going. But you know, what happens if we go over here? Huh? That's right. There's a door we can go through all the way over there. Hoppers are beatable if they're not in hyper mode themselves, but if they do activate hyper mode, you're better off using hyper mode yourself, you know, to counter it. That pretty much applies to all enemies, to be honest. Let's rip off this thing. And this is our first lore scan of this planet. Right? Yeah. Look now to the past and to the time of peace on Bryyo. See the age of gold when our world was a paradise unrivaled. Hear the songs of joy fill the streets of the royal city as the people honor the coming of Bryyo the First, the Liberator. Behold the launch of our first ship to the stars on that day, and witness the rise of science, of a new Bryyo. See this, and see the beginning of our downfall. Yeah, all of their scans talk like that. It's a little strange, but it is what it is. Anyway, I believe this is our third energy tank, right? They're important, especially in hyper mode, because of the difficulty of the first major boss of the area. Oh, in case anyone's wondering, you can activate hyper mode when you're in Morph Ball. And it's doubly overpowered when you're in Morph Ball because you do not have any thing that consumes Phazon when you're in Morph Ball. And yet you can still bomb. And thanks to that, you're essentially not consuming any of your energy and still attacking while you're completely invincible. So you know it's super duper overpowered. Also, there's a puzzle we can do right over here. And we're doing it right now. We don't have to uncover all of these things, but let's do it. Why not? Like, I think that's enough, what I've uncovered, because I can go through here. So the only ones you have to uncover is this one and this one. There. Solved. Oh gosh, it's this thing. Believe it or not, those are the denizens of the planet that were once the rulers of it. Now they're just feral creatures. Also, they got goofy boomerangs of sorts. Anyway, the game clearly wants you to do this for these creatures. Use hyper mode. Yep, that's it. Use hyper mode and you win. Every time you enter a combat situation, it's basically just use hyper mode, win. There. Of course, you want to conserve your energy. It's not obvious because we don't have the UI opened right now, but we want to make sure that we only use hyper mode when we absolutely have to and to refill our health whenever it's possible. Because otherwise, we will actually get a game over. And there will be another catch about hyper mode in the future in case then you think it's super overpowered. It's not enough of a catch is the problem. Also, we're clearly supposed to grapple beam right through here. Aha. This thing. This is kind of goofy. Primitive locking system. Definitely primitive. Age of Science. The ships of Bryyo sped to the stars, in all directions, bearing the banner of peace. Soon we found stellar brethren, the Chozo, the Luminat, and the Yila. Starborn knowledge came to Bryyo, and we gladly sent our wisdom to our new friends in return. The hearts of Bryyo were filled with pride, and they honored the lords of science for all the wonders we provided. As the time of new Bryyo came to be, the old ways faded. The cries of joy from those who honored science covered the angry shouts of those who mourned the old ways, the primal traditions. And that's where the problem starts to come forth. Conservatives didn't like the liberals of this planet or something like that because they were too hyped up or something like that. We'll see the rest of the story in the future, no worries. It doesn't end well, as some of you may have noticed. Actually, yeah, this is the spot where we'll be getting the new power-up. Also, some of you did see that thing over there? I think that's where the Leviathan is. No, maybe not. I'm thinking of something else. Also, some of you have noticed that these moons are chained up to the planet. A little strange. And kind of cool. Yeah, we can scan this. Korba. And Snatcher. So the Snatchers snatch you, and the Korba tries to eat you. Yep, that's what they're trying to do. Gotta go through... here. Because that Teleric alloy or something like that. Yeah. So you let some Snatchers catch you. Like 4 of them at least. 5. And so while the Snatchers catch you, you actually goad them into bringing you up through here. Also, you can get that missile expansion. I don't think the Korba even deals that much damage. In fact, I don't think it deals any damage if you're in Hypermode. So it's utterly worthless as a threat. Anyway, grapple, and then charge shot. Yup. Can we even defeat the Korba? No, we cannot. Or if we can, we need to deal way more damage than just that. Grapple swing, which is the classical grapple beam, specifically. Why it's here, I have no idea. Yeah, now we can scan this. Thankfully, we don't have to really use any motion controls with the grapple swing. We just target it like as usual, and it works. It just does it. Okay, can I grapple from here? Please. Damn it. Well, we all know where we have to go. Yay. Yeah, take your time if you want, because there are things in the way. Also, there's this spot right over here. It's a nice door. Not because it's nice, it's because it only opens up if you have coal-based weaponry. Which we will be getting relatively soon. I mean, There's been some foreshadowing about which person we're going to be encountering very, very soon, huh? Although it makes sense. We were told that Rundas came to Bryyo. Hi. These things' AI is not as smart as I remember it to be. But then again, this is a small hall. That attack it used, it was a melee attack, and it's actually much more effective than you might expect it to be. Not damage-wise, but range-wise. You know, there's more of these reptilian creatures. Yes, yes, hi. Am I supposed to go through here? Yes, I am. Ow. Leave me be. Damn it. Almost completely scanned the shriek bats. Just a second longer and I would have done it. So anyway, we gotta go over here, but the door's locked. There's a blast shield. But of course, there's this thing right over here. Talaric. Also, I'm pretty sure there's a missile expansion up here. I can't do anything with it right now, though. So we gotta solve this puzzle. Lamps in place. And this thing in the way. You can use your charge beam to destroy it. Thank God. Because, you know, we don't have the wave beam or anything like that. Cool. Got those things out of the way. Now we can scan these things. So it tells us that we need to use the grapple beam. Yep. Try to do this from the opposite direction from where they are. Because otherwise it screws up. Also, make sure you do it like this. Because otherwise they'll disconnect. Weirdly enough. I don't know why it does it only when you do it the wrong way. Yes, yes. Let's send out that distress signal, as usual. It always tells you to pull, twist, and then push. The game never seems to realize that, hey, maybe the player already knows what to do. And that's a little frustrating. Because, like, the developers realize how unintuitive the controls really are. So they just straight up tell you every time what you need to do when you interact with these things. Which is just lame.
Samus, the satellite data has revealed two distinct energy signatures. They must be supplying power to the siege shield. If these targets are eliminated, the shield will be removed. We are uploading the location of each energy signature and nearby landing sites.
Thank you. Now some of you are wondering what the hell we're supposed to do here. Well, we can't do much. Fuel gel susceptible to extreme temperatures and will freeze if exposed to cold. Wow, you don't say. But it wouldn't actually create a platform now, would it? That'd be just crazy. Yeah, actually we can get the missile expansion now. Go back through here. There's electricity all over the place, but it doesn't hurt that much, and I'm pretty sure with damn it, with Hypermode we're invincible. Careful not to fall off. There we go. Yes, you can grapple these guys. But these are different creatures than the ones that we've encountered earlier on. These are adults. Well, I think there was a brief cameo we could have seen if I had been quick enough, but I think I missed it because I was too focused on getting the missile expansion. Maybe looking back at the footage you'll see him, but Rundas might have been there if you had looked carefully. Oh, hi. Don't care. I'll recover my energy though, just in case. Real progress in terms of gameplay would be so that the enemies could follow us through doors. It's weird that Retro Studios didn't try to do something like that in Metroid Prime 3, considering how combat-oriented this game is. Anyway, these are hoppers, but they're clearly different than the other ones we've encountered so far. Because they're alphas. Use Hypermode. If you are out of Hypermode energy, or out of energy in general, because really, that's really, really bad for this part, because these creatures take a ton of hits. You only have to fight 5 of them, but they can actually activate their own Hypermodes, and with little energy to spare, you're likely to die in this spot. I think I got greatly damaged the first time I was in this combat situation, just because I underestimated the enemy. I didn't die, but you know, I came close to it. I'm sure some casual players would be surprised at the sudden difficulty of fighting those things. Because I didn't show it, but each time you, or rather when they activate Hypermode, their Hypermodes, they keep doing shockwaves every time they hop, and they hop quite often. Anyway, time to leave this place, at least for now. We are going to the Fiery Air Dock. Yep. I love the transition here. It's a thing specific to Bryyo only, but if you look carefully at the sky, it changes color depending on where you're going. Whether it be the fiery part of the planet, the jungle part of the planet, or the desolate part of the planet. It's a very neat little touch, you know, to see in the way the transition works. Anyway, Phrygian class gunship. GF Records identify pilot as Rundas. The engines are still warm. So, I haven't played Hunters, and I'm probably not going to, unfortunately, because I want to focus on other games. So, after Metroid Prime 3, it's going to be other M. But, Rundas is the same species as Noxus, who appears in Hunters. I think. I haven't reminded myself of how it works, but I'm pretty sure they're the same species. How is this relevant to the overall story? It isn't. But you know, just saying. It's a thing. Corruption has a mention of Hunters. It doesn't pay off at all, but you know, maybe in Metroid Prime 4 suddenly it will have some relation. Because they're definitely going to bring Salax into the picture. In Metroid Prime 4 anyway. Anyway, this thing rotates when you light up the fuel gel. How does this work? I'm not sure, but you know, it works. So this is a one-way passage, and this is the exit. Yeah, there's an enemy right over there, and I haven't identified this one. I guess it's different. Anyway, yeah. Just gonna use Hypermode. Yep. Can't do anything here. Also fuel gel right here. This is where you can identify it proper. Yeah, I think some people really liked shooting in this puddle because the effects are nice, you know, for their time. Yeah, small explosions when you shoot at it. Makes sense, right? Here you gotta create a platform, and the only way to do that is by firing both of those things at the same time. And here we have another scan. Age of Schism. In time, the wonders of science were not enough for those who held the primal traditions in their hearts. The warnings of the Chozo, to seek balance between old and new ways, were not heeded by the lords of science, myself included. We forged on, ignorant of the rage in the hearts of the primals. A time came when Sphimaz, first lord of science, denounced the primals and their traditions in the center of the royal city. It was as flame to a dry forest. The age of science ended, and the age of Schism was born. Wow, what a terrible idea to just straight up denounce the old ways. You should have held some respect to them at least. We all remember these creatures. We cannot identify these though, because of where they are. So you can see that there's a morph ball passage right over here, but we can go all the way up over here to get a different pickup. Also, I don't like the design of those creatures. Very ugly. That plant was in the way. You destroy it so you can leave if you want. But why would you want to? Well, probably because you have to. There's nowhere else to go here. And now we're here. There's something right here. It looks like there could be a morph ball passage, but you know, from what it looks like for a casual, this probably doesn't mean anything. It's probably just another wall, right? But they'll be pleasantly surprised to see that it's not just that. At least in the future, hopefully. And if they're not pleasantly surprised by the fact that there's a passage, then they'll definitely be surprised by, rather pleased by what's behind it. Or what's inside of it, I guess. These things. Also the music. Phazon Mind's music. It's there for a reason. This is where stuff, serious stuff starts to happen. What is going on? Oh no. I'm getting corrupted? Well, time for a quick time event. Press the A button repeatedly. Yeah, so if you check the Samus out, there seemed to be a bit of a special effect going on my screen. That effect means that you are about to get corrupted, and if you don't do anything about it, which is to expel the Phazon from your system, then guess what? Instant game over. Instant game over. Now, if you are fast with the button presses, you're never gonna die from that method. But it's still it's the extra catch about Phazon. Also, this is Phazon right here, pure Phazon. It actually restores your energy, no corruption or anything like that. It sucks because the first time I actually encountered this stuff, I thought it would damage me. Because, you know, it damaged me in all of the other games. So from now on, every time we activate Hypermode, we cannot stay in it for more than 7 seconds. Otherwise, we get corrupted. And we have to expel all our phazon, which means we lose an energy tank that we could have saved. Oh, hi, Rundas. Yeah, Samus is wondering, the hell? Don't you want to say hi? Oh no, a combat scenario? What a surprise. Also new creatures. These are only gonna really come up in this fight. Warp Hounds. So the game clearly wants you to use Hypermode again, because these things hurt a lot. Now here's the thing about Hypermode. Once you get corrupted, you actually restore your like, you don't restore, but your corruption increases the meter of Hypermode that you've got, which makes it last much longer than expected. And because of that, Hypermode is still super overpowered. Because once you get corrupted, you can take advantage of it by dealing a lot of damage to every creature that you need to fight. Like, there's also this other thing called the auto vent that happens after 25 seconds, so you can't abuse it forever, but it's still something. It still makes it so that Hypermode is the most overpowered thing in this game. Anyway, in the beginning, the conflicts were small, out of sight for most of on Bryyo, but they grew, slowly but as steady as the coming of the sun. Diplomacy gave way to brutality, and war came to our world. The lords of science turned their minds from exploration to destruction, and unleashed horrors unknown upon their primal enemies. In retaliation, the primals turned to the darkest of ancient powers, cursing us as science lords, and all who served our cause. Friends from the stars tried desperately to end the conflict, all in vain. The people of war would not be denied. This bomb slot's not activated. These two things, and now it is. Yep. Of course, there's got to be more enemies. So the pump. This is the pump tower, but it's not at its final stage just yet. This I have to pull into place, and this it's not gonna ever be in position to use. I want to get rid of these creatures. I don't think you can use missiles on them, right? Oh, you can. Okay. Anyway. Yep, I had to put that into place. And that too. Really? Oh, okay. Fair enough. Now we go over here. And this does not feel like what I'm actually doing on screen. Because, you know, it tells me to pump, but it doesn't feel like I'm actually really pumping anything. Now, am I? If some of you noticed, what I did is I activated both of those fuel gels, so now I can go over here. I solved the puzzle. Not just because I remember it really, really well. And here's the other bomb slot. And of course there's gonna be more enemies. Now it's the Gagnol adults or something like that. Yeah, sometimes grapple doesn't actually work. Die. Yeah. You die. And you die too. And gotta pull that into place. Or take it out of the way. You must die. Yeah. Sometimes grapple doesn't work. It might be because of the position of the enemy or something like that, but sometimes it just doesn't work. Whoops. That thing blew up. But apparently that's what I had to do. Oh, pill bugs. Phase on pill bugs. Completely different. This thing's in position. No, it's just in the median position, not the top position just yet. And that's a grab ledge. It's actually something that's been introduced in this game that's not wholly important. Like, seriously. It just exists so that some spots can't be sequence broken in other ways, I feel. But, you know, enough of that. Let's actually do this and destroy this creature. But I could have used... Oh, wait. Activating Hypermode in Morph Ball now is actually a little dangerous because if you're stuck in Morph Ball form, you can't expel any phase on right now. And because of that, you'll get the instant game over with no way to deal with it. So that would be really, really bad. So now I can't really use Morph Ball for invincibility anymore unless I activate and deactivate Hyper Mode every 6 seconds. Anyway, yeah, this thing's finally in position. It's a pump tower, see? And these are the pumps up there. The free aim seems to be much better in this game compared to Prime 1 and Prime 2. Like, I know that Prime 1 and Prime 2 weren't made with it in mind, but it still feels quite surprising how much of a difference it makes. Because this game was designed with it in mind. Oh, what are those things? Also raw fuel gel, unstable, yeah. But what about that creature that hopped out of the fuel gel? Right over there. Start scanning it. There we go, gel ray. So we just jumped to the other side. I'm not kidding, that's what we have to do. Like, you can fire... Oh yeah, now I remember, that's what I was supposed to do. And I get a missile expansion for my trouble. Yay. In order to go to the passage over there and a passage all the way over there. But we can't do anything with those right now. Also a save station, very important. Make sure to save. Because if you're playing this game for the first time, you're likely to get your first game over in this area over here because of the whole corruption mode thing. And if you're playing hyper mode, you might just likely die from playing carelessly. Raw fuel gel is pouring through openings. Extreme cold could probably stop the flow. Ow. I'll get hit from behind. Here, it's flowing and it's not stopping. And there's a shaft right over there that we could access through our morph ball. Ow. Silly creature. Oh, these things. Damn it. Yeah, they hurt a lot. Gel bugs. They explode, basically. Because, you know, fuel gel bugs. They hurt a lot more than you might expect, especially in Hypermode. And they don't drop anything. The thing is that all of this stuff behind me hurts, but it's not that much of a threat. However, over here, you're going to need to use Hypermode to solve the puzzle. That's a big-ass ship right there. A space pirate ship. That we cannot scan. But, you know, here comes stuff that we can scan. Yeah, I want to destroy it, but I was too slow. So here's the parts. Armored space pirate trooper. And space pirate crates, yeah. Another space pirate over here. Just a pirate trooper. So yeah, Hypermode. Oh, okay, I'm thinking of something completely different, actually. I thought I was supposed to... that we're gonna have to do something for this place to actually be able to continue with the game, but that's actually for much later on. I ran out of phase on. Yeah, it actually would help a lot if I actually had the UI, because I would be able to tell how much phase on I have left in my, you know, Hypermode meter. But you know what? Let's play immersively and not assume that we should know. Good job, Samus. What is this? It's our buddy, Rundas. He's actually nice. Mm-hmm. Well, Rundas? Tried to attack me, huh? By the way, if you shoot at him, he immediately attacks you like that too. Possessed by Dark Samus somehow? What a surprise. Looks like he's gone corruption. No, he's gone corrupted. Yeah, basically an omen of what will happen to you if you don't pace how you use your Hypermode. So Iceman, right over here, he moves around a lot, and trying to hit him with the charge beam when he's moving around like this is pretty much impossible. You should try not to get yourself hit too often because you don't have too many, yeah, he's got stunned. Too many energy tanks. But also, if you use Hypermode when he... Oh, damn it. Yeah. Using Hypermode when he's, vulnerable to damage makes him excessively easy. So I wasn't able to completely defeat him in one Hypermode, but I got close. Okay, come on. Yeah, you have to wait for the prompt, and this time it didn't work. Oh, he's gone Hypermode himself. Yeah, that's cute. Oh, come on. Really, game? I don't know what's going on right now. It's kind of weird. And I've got no more energy tanks to use Hypermode on. So already I might get a game over. Oh no, I've finished him. But yeah, see? That's the danger of abusing Hypermode. You run out of energy before you know it. Oh gosh, what happened? Did you do that to yourself, Rundas? Or did Dark Samus do it to him? I think I might have missed his scan. Did I miss a scan? Because I was supposed to scan him in combat, right? Let me check. No, I got him. I got Rundas. And our reward for beating him is the ice missile. That's right, we don't get an ice beam in this game. This reminds us of Fusion, doesn't it? Because in Fusion, we could only get ice missiles. But at the end of Fusion, we actually did get an ice beam. But, you know, it was the absolute end. Where it didn't really matter anymore. Don't forget to get the energy pickups. Particularly if you're out of health like me. As for those worrying about this, it's not going to come up until later. Oh wow, it's been almost over an hour. Well, we're almost done with this area anyway. Gotta go over here. And some enemies to target if we want. Scorch bugs. But basically the game wants us to use our ice missiles to create platforms, which is cute. Just so we can go over here. But the thing is that we don't really need ice missiles at all. Like seriously, we don't need ice missiles to travel through those things. And even if we did need them, the fact of the matter is, as it is now, we can just like jump. That's all we need to do. Jump through the fuel gel. Although technically we would need the ice missiles because I said so. But yeah, if you sequence break this game, you really don't actually need ice missiles, I believe. All you really need to get from this area, Bryyo, is the grapple swing. Yeah, the missile pickup. I guess I'll finally scan it. But it doesn't go into my logbook. So here we have the missile protectors. Those are nice. Lore right here. Downfall. Look now to the time of battle, tribe against tribe. See fertile land stripped clean of all living things by arcane nightmares or the hellish blasts of science. See the giant stone Moginars do battle, destroying the land with their titanic blows. And hear the undying scream of a planet racked by darkest war. The battles waged endlessly, and the resources needed to sustain our war machines were great. Bryyo too had become a casualty of the war. The air was filled with the smoke of battle, and the soil soaked with the toxins of pollution. Calamity after calamity visited the folk of Bryyo, until a world once known for wonders became a scarred husk under the stars. Only a small region remained habitable, and to it the survivors went, bringing the war with them. We're actually gonna go to that place next video. Activate this thing. Here's the shield generator schematic. Inaccessible from current location. Unable to reach from the ground. So that's the Leviathan shield generator. And that's the Leviathan shield right there. With the seed inside. Why are the space parts protecting it? You're gonna have to find out later.
Clearly, this is the source of the energy signature we detected. This generator is supplying power to the Leviathan's protective shield. You will be unable to destroy the generator with your current weapons. You must find a weapon capable of penetrating the generator's heavy armor.
Yes. I know. Can I scan this? No, I can't. So basically that's it for this video for now. We're going to continue next time in Bryyo Jungle. Maybe also the first area of Bryyo. So now I'm gonna have to backtrack to our ship, which doesn't take too long, fortunately. But the next time we have to go to this area, because we will have to eventually bomb that shield. We will need to fight and do a puzzle at the same time. And it is surprisingly challenging, much more than you might expect. Yeah, the ice missile works on the enemies. Don't know why I had to defeat them. These are just natural predators, right? How did they generate a shield? Well, I suppose the shield is generated because there's danger. Oh, also there's a part over there. It died because of the gel bugs. Do be careful around parts, though. They've got grenades that put you in hyper mode, about to be corrupted, which means instant game over. Or they also have actually the same grenades. If you're already in hyper mode, they actually take you out of it while consuming the energy tank that you spent to get into hyper mode in the first place. So yeah, be careful around parts in this game. They can be exceptionally dangerous if you're not too careful. Anyway, we can go over here by doing this. And jumping into here. That's the shortcut. We missed a couple of power-ups by doing this, but you know. Damn it, I missed out on the Shriek Bat scans. They'll always be there, fortunately, but you know. More lore here. Not very important, though. Well, Rundas' ship is gonna be up there forever. Well, we're here. Hope you've all enjoyed this, and I'll have a very nice day. Bye-bye!